Hey guys, it's Lena, and today I want to talk to you about TV shows I've seen recently. So, I want to start with the show that shocked me the most, and in a bad way, I think. It's Emily in Paris, second season. So, I saw first season, I think maybe in 2 days, because honestly, it's not a very profound piece of cultural thing, and because there were I think there are only 10 episodes in the first season as well as in the second one, and they are very short, and so you're able to watch it like in a day or so. Anyways, after watching first season, I understood that of course it's a kind of a very fairy tale story. So you lots of people who have been in Paris, and people who are living in Paris, my friends, they tell me that of course there is nothing, not a grain of truth in this TV show portraying the city. And of course the story is in itself is very strange, but I was watching it as I was to watch something like fantasy or fairy tale, because it has nothing to do with the real world, and it was okay when it was like that, when it wasn't really influencing me in any way. So of course the costumes there were stylish, beautiful, and sometimes when you are surrounded by the clothes you have to wear, like the practical things, you maybe think that something's wrong with you, but that was okay. That was totally fine. But when I watched the second season, oh my god, I really I hate the message they tell you in the second season. So, what's my beef with this with the second season? Of course, you know that maybe I don't know any real fans of this TV show, and it's a really a scandalous one, because it has lots of different opinions, but I've never met a person who said like very nice words about that TV show. But anyways, we all watch it, and we all were like compelled to watch it. Maybe we want to expect something better. We want Emily to become better person and something like that. But in the second season, so the first thing that I think it's very because it is supposed to be like a modern girl in a modern world. It teaches you its goal is maybe its goal is to earn money first of all, but for young people, for young adults, for teenagers, they watch this film as as a thing that there are rules of life, so where you can see how to portray yourself, how to behave, how to wear certain styles and something like that. So the second season starts with a very I think a very strange thing. So in the end, spoilers, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen it, what can I say to you? I think if you really want to watch it, do watch. But maybe my review is enough. So, like. So imagine in the end, at the end of the first season, Emily slept with her very her crush, because the guy she really wanted to be in the relationship, but he was with her best friend, and that guy, he was about to leave Paris and start his own business in Normandy, I think. So so the producers or the writers of this TV show, they tell you that it's totally fine, it's totally okay when someone is leaving, like one for the road, you know. Okay, this is okay. We are all people. Maybe we will understand it. Okay, but keep in mind that Emily at that time, she had a boyfriend, a very nice man, and he was also her client. So it wasn't a very ideal situation, but it was totally fine. He was a gentleman. He was like Prince Charming. He was rich, handsome. So what else do you need? Of course, you need another guy. So, okay, but in the second season, I think it was in the first episode. So that Prince Charming, her boyfriend, her like official boyfriend, Emily's boyfriend at the time, he invites her for a weekend in Saint-Tropez, and it's a very romantic thing. So they are supposed to live in the same room in the hotel. So it is supposed to be very hard and very intense. So, but Emily, being stupid as I don't know as F, she talks as like she's at the station. She's in a train that apparently goes to Saint-Tropez. There are no trains going from Paris to Saint-Tropez. Well, that's another very like episode from Fairy Tale, you know, like as the rest of this so-called France. So, and apparently her crush guy, so the guy she slept with, is calling her, and she decides to talk with him and to share with the rest of the train her passionate night before. You know, she talks very loudly, and of course her boyfriend hears that, and being a normal person, he decides to leave her right away because he doesn't need any other explanations. And Emily, you know, surprise, surprise, she doesn't really want to give him any. So she just, oh, like, oh, you heard. Oh, that's sad. What the? So, the boyfriend, like the ex now boyfriend, he just says, well, okay, farewell. If you want to spend the weekend in Saint-Tropez, everything has been paid for, just go and just leave me alone. So, and Emily, with like her pure conscience, like nothing happened, you know, absolutely nothing bad happened. She just goes, and which is more, she invites her girlfriends with her, and they spend very nice, like, girly weekend out. They enjoy the free stuff, and where is the moral in that? So it's okay for a person. I'm not saying it's okay for a girl or for a boy. For everyone, it's totally fine to cheat, and then just don't give any explanations. Don't say sorry, at least. So everything is fine. And when she comes back, so that guy, being her client, he doesn't do anything, so it's totally fine. So he doesn't do anything to end the relationship between his company and her company, her marketing company. So he, of course, he's offended, but he's a professional. And Emily, she behaves like nothing happened. So nothing happened, of course. And which is more, she feels so guilty because she slept with her best friend's boyfriend, that she wants to make it better, you know, by by arranging by like making them meet and talk, so that that guy and her girlfriend, her best friend, and so in the end she manages that they are together again. So they make up, so that that guy and her girlfriend, but she doesn't want it. In her heart she doesn't want it, but she knows that she did something good. So okay, and in the meantime, because she's intensely stupid and everything, like it's totally okay. So my second beat is that she really doesn't want to incorporate in culture. So she doesn't want to learn French at all. She doesn't want to understand French culture like at all. And it seems like apparently it's totally fine to know only English in France, inhabited by French people that speak only French mainly. So it is supposed that everyone should start speaking English in her presence, like the moment she comes in the room. And I think it's so stupid, and it is very, very strange that nothing really embarrassing or strange happens ever to her in France, because my experience in France was like everyone else's. I think that if you don't speak French, oh my God, you will have a lot of problems in France, because, well, there are some people, well, most of the people, they know English, they can understand English, but they won't speak English with you. They will answer you in French. And talking about menus, talking about like weird customs, like transport, something like that. So it's impossible to live for a year or something in France, not knowing, like knowing maybe 3 phrases in French, like how stupid should you be? And so, being stupid as Emily is, she, of course, she has to go to French class, and so she has to redo her level, her initial level, because she's being so stupid that her teacher, she thinks that she should relearn the things she had already supposed to learn. So surprise, surprise, being Emily, and everything is presented to her on a golden platter, like being so lucky. She meets, of course, she meets a guy, because she needs something like a rebound boyfriend, because she has to be in a relationship all the time. She has to be admired all the time. As producers tell us, we if we don't have a partner, if we don't have tons of friends, we're just losers. Oh my God! So, and of course she meets a guy. Well, of course he's very hot. He's very handsome, and of course he falls in love with her, because it's impossible. It's Emily. It's like you cannot like meet her and not be compelled like by her charms. And so I think. But of course, Emily, being a psychopath, I don't know or what, because she steals in her heart of hearts. She thinks that she loves that guy she slept with, and she doesn't even think about that her ex-client boyfriend, and she thinks that she can forget that love of hers being with that hot new guy. And of course she tells him that, well, everything's okay, but she thinks about that first guy. Oh my God, what a freaking mess. And that guy, because he's fallen in love, he tells her, oh my God, let's talk, let's decide what to do, because he has to move back to London, whether it is possible to have a long distance relationship and something like that. And Emily, being a psychopath, And as we know, Emily is perfect and we have to be like Emily. So she tells him everything is fine, but at the same time, she doesn't know herself at all. And I predict that in the third season, we will see her secretly sleeping with that guy. Everyone is unhappy except for Emily because she gets what she wants, and she gets a lot of friends. She's okay with her friend, like with her best friend. Oh my God, that's a mess. And you know, as I see it, of course, having some experience in life, I understand that this is total bullshit, and some people, with fewer experience, some younger people may think that it's okay to behave like that. It's not, people, it's not. Please don't do it, please. So, and my third and maybe main beef with that TV show is like, they are so freaking tiny. So imagine 3 main characters, and I don't think that we really in the first season we thought that much. Well, in the first season, only Emily was like that teeny tiny modern girl wearing the best outfits ever. But in the third season, sorry, I hope there will be none. Honest to God. So in the second season, we see not only Emily, but her best friend, her roommate, and her boss being teeny tiny women with the body of a teenager. I think even me being like rather thin, I think I didn't have that type of body. Well, after I was 12, I don't know, because they doesn't have like any breast. Like maybe size 0, I don't know. And of course they have tiny tiny waist, tiny hips. So like they look like kids. They look like very young teenagers, but with full makeup, so to show that they are real women, and wearing these teeny tiny skirts or like teeny tiny tops where, like, I don't know, a piece of cloth with very loose pieces of, like, to hold it on your body. And when I was watching it, being like size XS, extra small myself, I started to think, oh my God, am I too fat? I cannot wear something like that because my boobs will show, of course, my hips will show. And you know what? I hate this feeling because I know that I'm fine. I know it. Well, okay, I have some fat on my body, but it's totally fine. If I want, I can get rid of it, but it's totally fine. It's totally healthy. And while watching these kind of TV shows where they show you that in order to be fashionable, in order to be loved like Emily, like do everything that she wants, and to get what you want, all that you want, to be to have lots of friends, lots of lovers, lots of money, lots of great outfits, you have to be like her. So, and for a normal person, well, for me, being like her, I don't know what shall I do. I shall stop eating right away, like never, like even I don't not even drink water because, well, what the hell. And for other people, even and which is worse and more dangerous for younger people, this is even more dangerous because I was talking the other day with my friend, and she has a young niece, and that girl, she refuses to eat, and she's only 11 or 12. Can you imagine a young person, a child practically refusing to eat? Why? I can tell you why. Because she's watching the TV shows or YouTube videos like Emily. And I think it's very dangerous because if you think that this is the ideal, the world you have to be in, if you think that this is the image you wish you are, this is a crazy world, honestly. And As for me, I think this is awful because in Emily, well, although in some TV shows you see sometimes very thin person, relatively like normal, everyday person, some maybe plus size people, and that's okay because it's real world. But in that TV show, you see only very, very, very thin people, very small people. And this is like, what? Are you telling me that there, in that so-called real world, everyone is so tiny, like tiny land, I don't know, like extra small land, extra small land, I think. Size 0, 0, 0, 0, almost nothing land. So, in the end, like to conclude all my beef with that TV show, honestly, I think it should be absolutely prohibited for young adults, for teenagers to watch this TV show because it is very, very, very bad for their young brains because they cannot analyze. They can see only either white or black. They can see either this perfect tiny person or themselves not so perfect, not so tiny. And they learn with this TV show that they can behave like that, behave like Emily, doing the things she wants and not thinking about other people, and everything will be perfect and all right. Well, it's not. And I think it's a very toxic TV show, like all in all. And will I watch the third season if it's any? Well, I think just for fun because I understand what, and I just want to think what they do they really learn from their mistakes. I think the third season will be even more like toxic, crazy, and I don't know. Well, this is what I personally think about this TV show. Let me know in the comments down below. Have you seen it? What do you think about it? And well, yeah, if you enjoyed it, I also make lots of videos about minimalism, sustainable living, and occasionally I make videos about the things I watch. So have a nice day. Bye bye.